Welcome to an episode of TrustyHogs called episode 180.
That can't be what it's called, surely. That's just the number.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm trying my best.
Oh, you really are.
My name's Helen Bauer. This is Catherine Bohart.
Hello.
We will be doing a podcast where we talk about our fucking insanely cool, sexy Slay 247 lives. 247 365 slay. And then we'll hear your problems because you guys are not slaying 247 365, unlike us. And then we'll carry on.
We take leap years off, don't ask any further questions.
Slay. And then that'll be us done.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them, or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
What?
Did you like that?
Yeah, I guess. This is Trusty Hogs, by the way. Just checking in. We're still doing the same podcast where you've more than once talked about shitting yourself. Just checking we're on the same page with that.
No, because I now drink fresh ginger tea in the evenings and I've had a whole personality shift.
Oh my God, that explains what's going on. I was like, who are we being? What are we doing today? What is this?
I cut ginger up. Okay.
You making it really fresh. Wow.
Wait for this. I cut ginger up like this, just with a little knife, and I pop it in a jug.
For the listener, she's miming.
In a jug, okay? And then I put some honey in it, local honey, because it cures hay fever, apparently. We don't know. We might have been lied to and spent a lot of money on honey we shouldn't have. And then I pour in hot water. I stir it. And then I sit down and I forget that it's sitting over there. And I go, Sneal, can you bring me the tea? And he brings it over and I pour it out very demurely and I have a ginger tea. Wow. And then I don't shit myself.
Are you sieving?
I don't. Yeah, I sieve. Yeah, I sieve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use his little sieve.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been an absolute revelation for me.
Okay, well, wicked. I don't like ginger tea.
Oh. No, but it's good.
I don't like ginger biscuits. I like ginger in savory food, but I don't like it as a flavor in and of itself, I have to say.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so yummy. Wait.
Yeah, I love it in like a stir fry, but I can't. And like in a sauce and a curry, but I just can't stand it in. I don't want like a peppery sort of tea.
That's why you don't have your Zen voice.
Yeah, that's why. That is why. I think we can all agree. That's
just me with my ginger tea, doing some colouring in.
Honey pea, that's why. Oh my God, fuck off. Jesus.
Watching my cartoon.
Sorry, it sounds like the walls are padded. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I was genuinely thinking with buying a flat, maybe like do padded walls. And then I was like, wait a second, that's like a cell.
Yeah,
but I thought it was like a fun idea just to have everything be soft.
No.
Because then if I fell.
No, but you know what you should get is one of those padded, like those huge, big padded headboards. Those are delightful. I do think that you really, really, really excel in that environment.
Oh my God, I know, but that happens with like, do you ever worry with like material built into furniture?
I don't know. I don't think I like what you're gonna. I already know you're going somewhere gross.
Just with like night sweats or the
well,
bed.
You're not sleeping on your headboard.
You know, fluids in the bed. You're
You're not doing that on your headboard.
And then and I haven't sprayed yet, and we know that's a big tragedy in my life. But I'm hoping to learn how to spray at some point.
What? We're 4 minutes
squirting,
in.
not spraying.
That's like what cats do. I was like, why is everyone looking at me like I've got this wrong?
Thank you for the clarification. Spraying is what cats do, indeed. Or skunks. And Helen has yet to squirt. That's true. The great travesty. We're 4 minutes in. Welcome to the podcast. If this is your first episode with us, I urge you to go back and listen so that you are not surprised when this happens. Not because it'll be any better or different, but just so that you get the tone.
Yeah, can I be super clear? I'm not actively trying to learn how to spray. I'm not. Yeah, that was bad.
Are you actively trying to learn
lifting my tail up in the bedroom?
But wait, are you actively trying to learn how to squirt?
I'd love to do it at least once. I think it seems like it's the level of orgasm I feel like I've never reached.
I think it seems like an absolute administrative headache. I feel like you've got to think
about... Not if you're wearing tarps and wellies.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're already doing that, because it's like your kink, then by all means, then please add the waterworks. But I'd say generally speaking, from experience, it involves an awful lot of admin.
Oh, that was such a brag.
No.
Genuinely speaking, from experience.
No. Like, as in, like, women I know who do it. I've never done it, but also having had a partner, yeah, but only once. And I'm not going to high five you over that because that's not like. Because it doesn't have to happen for because other people's orgasm's not like my personal achievement.
I'm impressed by you.
Well, thank you, but I do think like either you have to have sex out of the bed, or you have to have like things put down, or you have to change the sheets every time. It just seems like a faff.
I think I want the fat. It just, to me,
you want the ceremony.
As an outsider's perspective, it looks like it's a level of orgasm or a level of pleasure that I haven't reached, but also maybe I can't handle it. You know, maybe my body's like, you're not ready for Eden.
What I'll say is you definitely shouldn't, as it turns out, get the material headboard. And secondly...
yeah, thank you. And also for teas and coffees in bed.
No, just generally speaking, I just realised who you are and I don't want you wiping your hands on it. My second question is this. Is your new flat between flats?
Yes.
God help them.
Why?
God help them. Well, between...
It's fine. Oh, the water won't go through the walls.
No, but I just mean, I imagine
the noise.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking that because I finally figured out a way to hold my breasts down while I'm exercising at home, which means that jumping is an option. Arrived into my workout.
What vocabulary. Are you doing, belt?
It does require. Are you, in your head when you said that, are you picturing Miss Trunchbull in the Danny DeVito Matilda? I was like, wonder what she's like lifting up the car and moving.
No, I was just thinking more like strapped in like a car seat. Like, what are we doing?
We're doing. Okay, I've got so many sports bras at home, and it turns out
Can you tell me this without squeezing yourself?
No,
just cupping your breath.
I have to wear an M&S bra that's like full cupped,
right?
Non-wired because it really digs in. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I put 2 of the largest size Adidas sports bras on. What? So I've got 3 bras on, and one of them is like crisscross, so it holds in down the bottom, and then one of them like holds in up the top. It does. Yes, I'm very warm. Yes, I'm very warm in them. So I've got 3 bras on, pair of knickers, nothing else. Because it's too warm.
Sunil's home?
He's sleeping normally.
Is he?
And I'm in my bedroom.
How could he be?
With me,
you're
like,
in your bedroom. You're in your bedroom. Okay, I thought you were like in my head. You're in front of the television, and I'm like, this guy needs to be able to make a tea.
But he was out. He went away for like 2 nights, and I was like, I'm using the front room. But you know, our living room goes straight onto the street.
Oh my God.
So I like curtains closed, and I was like,
wow.
But at least now I can jump because there's this exercise video I've been dying to do.
Which is
the music of Encanto.
How's it going?
I love it.
Yay!
They do like 2 minutes of We Don't Talk About Bruno, and then 2 minutes of surface pressure with weights.
Can I possibly reflect on something that's very, very interesting?
That I've learned how to. Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
Can I just take note of something? Last time we spoke about exercise, you were talking about how cathartic a big stomp is. Now all of a sudden you were dying to try this video. Helen, do you like exercise now? Do you find it good for your brain and nice for your body? Are you doing it to feel good?
I hate you so much right now. I hate
you. Oh my God, it comes for us all. Welcome to your 30s, baby.
That's how it feels. It feels like it's come for me, and it's come in a way. Oh, I'll say it, a little bit late. My knees hurt.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, bending down, it hurts. I'm like, why did I not have this?
I'm so loud. I have to wear headphones mainly so I can't hear my knees and hips when I run. I'm just like, I can't be doing with this.
Wait for this. This is part of a warm-up video I watched the other day. You stand up,
yeah,
and you get your knee up and you pull it out to the side, and all I hear is, ready?
Yeah. I don't think that you could hear that on the podcast, but it was 3 audible clicks. Yeah.
Owie!
I have a sort of. Can you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. We're fucking.
That's my knee.
We've waited too long.
I know, but this is the thing is, I just think PE is designed to put a lot of people off exercise, and it did for me for decades. And then you finally come to it and you're like, fuck this, I actually should have been doing this. This is quite nice for my brain specifically. Mad women should be moving.
It's so
and
good.
It's so great.
Brain.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? I fucking know, but I love to hear you say it.
Me and Francis, did I tell you this? we're obsessed with this woman, but there's she does some like Christian workout videos. Have you found this side of the working?
No.
So I found like Disney workouts. And I was like slay. Then I found some naughty's dance part. I don't know if I'm working out, whether I'm just dancing. But
That's the same thing.
There's Christian praise workouts.
Fuck off.
You guys
You're
have
not doing
got
it.
to
You're
do
not
them.
doing
And there's one which is all about like arms, and it's Christian praise, and like half of it is like
No, fuck off.
and it's like crossing yourself.
You are not. You're joking.
It's the internet has so many versions.
You're not
of
lunging, you're
exercise.
genuflecting. What's happening? Like
What's
what?
genuflecting?
It's when you get down on one knee.
Oh,
To
ooh.
bow to the-
Yeah, see, that's the sort
You
of
do
stuff.
it in front of an altar.
Do you want to come do a Christian workout with me?
Absolutely not.
Are you sure?
I'm sure that it would cure me of exercise ever if I did that. It's a no.
But Jesus wants you to heal your body.
Jesus wants a lot of things, but he's had enough of my time, frankly. Thank you
The
very
best
much.
is the comments. People go, "Oh my God, I love this band. I've dropped 3 dress sizes. God is so great."
That's so funny. How do they talk about feeling the burn and not get into hellish territory?
Because you're there to take care of yourself, and God wants you to take care of yourself.
I know, but I just mean like if you're feeling the burn, that's usually bad if you're a Catholic. But there we
Oh,
go. Do you know what I'm saying?
was that a reference to hell?
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Thank you so
droll.
much. Thank you so much. Love explaining my jokes to you.
I know you hate it. You are quicker than me. We've spoken about this.
I know, but this sounds amazing. I'm glad that you're in this territory, even if it's weird as hell.
I exercise and I also have a Bible.
What?
No, you go first.
No, what is that?
That's my self-compassion daily journal. I wanted to talk about it.
Oh, I was just going to say that I'd gotten into
tell me.
like ballet size a little bit.
Is this the bar again?
No, I can't do bar classes. They're too hard and they're too stressful and
I
they're
get
too
it.
mean.
I get it.
But I watch and also I can only do ballet size or like anything balletic for like 10 minutes. So I do like a little calf workout or a leg workout.
Wait,
so
calf
hard.
workout? Is that a thing?
Well, I don't have any calves, so I try to sometimes, but it doesn't make any difference, but it's fine.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. God, there's always something new to be insecure about. And
Oh, no. I
listen
know I've got
for
big
you.
calves because once I asked a guy who I was completely in love with, what do you like about me the most? And he went, "You've got strong calves." And I cried.
That's such a nice
Not in front of
compliment.
him when I got home that
I'd
evening.
love,
No, it's
people are always
not.
like, "Where are your calves?" And I'm like, I don't know. This is just the way I was born.
Someone said, "Where are your calves?" to you.
Yeah, people have said that.
Give me fucking names.
People say mean. But people are constantly. Anyway, talk to me about the Bible that you've brought with you, and please clarify immediately for the listener.
But I feel like I'm like running a cult now. I just realised that. But I think I've mentioned it a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. It's a self-compassion daily journal.
Can I just say what I was not expecting when you said you were going to bring it in? I thought, and I think Em thought as well, and you the listener might have thought that when Helen was referencing her self-compassion journal, you meant you'd went out, gone and bought a yellow or like nice notebook from a, let's face it, yellow notebook, you love yellow, from a stationery shop, and we're filling in things. But it seems to be like a workbook.
Yes.
Can I read the front? I'm not going to open it or
Yeah,
read anything.
you can read some of the pages.
No, I won't read any of the
Do not
pages.
read any of the
I would
pages.
never. I would never. So it's called a self-compassion daily journal. Let go of your inner critic and embrace who you are with acceptance and commitment therapy. And it's by Diana Hill, PhD.
Who I love.
And on the back it says, are you overly self-critical? Do you hold yourself to unrealistic standards? If so, you aren't alone. Many people find it challenging or even uncomfortable to embrace and accept themselves with kindness, but it's encouragement, not criticism, that will help you build the flexibility and strength you need to make positive, meaningful changes. And so presumably...
I hadn't actually read the back. That's very interesting.
That's all I would have read.
Okay.
This journal provides a safe place to tune in and learn to care for yourself so that you can effectively respond to life's challenges.
That's what I'm doing.
And this sounds great. This is like...
Well, I didn't get it for all those reasons. I got it or maybe it is because of that. It was recommended to me by my therapist because
Right.
I'm at that stage of therapy where they're like, we're going to hire in a team, and you're like, oh, okay.
Sorry, what?
Like, you know when your therapist first looks at you and goes like, I think we need to add someone else to the team.
I thought Charity did that with the nutritionist.
Yeah, so we did that. And then she was like, maybe just a bit of support between sessions. Have you considered getting a book? And I was like, oh, okay. So like,
Okay.
yeah. Like,
Great.
okay, I'm not doing as well as I thought.
Yeah, I thought I was nailing it.
Okay, so we're getting a whole group in, are we? And I'm doing exercise and I'm still fucking up.
No, you're great.
I'm just really struggling to just see myself as a nice person who deserves love. So, and like part of that is obviously
the high-pitched laughter is definitely making it seem chill and normal, and like you're fine with that.
I'm just fucking easy going. I'm just easy breezy beautiful cover girl.
I always think easygoing Helen Bauer. Are the pages towards the back you haven't filled in?
But then, like, it's all come from, like, well, I haven't done all the weeks yet.
So may I look at one of the ones that's empty, please?
You may.
Just for
so
an
this
idea.
will be week 5.
Okay, great. So this is A Life Well Lived.
Definitely
and
do not read
it's-
it. I think it'll be
absolutely will
incredibly
not.
triggering.
No. But I was thinking more like, if we look at the cues, this is very like nice. Like, when do you feel like you're growing and learning the most? What sparks your curiosity and interest? And what I like about this actually is, I actually think I'm sorry to say it, I think I actually would benefit from this. But more importantly, I think what I like about it a bit, like, as we know, my favorite kind of book has a short chapter. This, what I like about it is there are 3 lined lines for you to fill in, which to me is at a reasonable expectation. A page feels daunting. 3 sentences, achievable.
You get a page at the end of each week to say, like, just go through look back at the exercise you've done this week.
It feels like a gratitude journal,
This
sort
is
of.
what I feel, because I've never done any of those gratitude journals, but I was like, so
Nor
basically what I really want to do is, and I'm sure this will, like, I'm hoping this makes sense to people, is like, because I've treated myself so unkindly over the years, or not felt like I'm deserving of things, or just not thought I was a good person. I think a lot of people struggle with that, and then you fall into like addictions and bad habits or whatever one your one is, and then you're sort of like, oh, but I like doing that thing, so I don't want to stop it. But then you've got to like rewire your brain to be like, no, I'm punishing myself with that, and actually it's a privilege and it's a nice thing to take care of myself. So you're saying, oh, actually I don't like, let's say smoking, that's an easy one. I don't actually like smoking. I actually like being able to breathe easy and not feeling awkward in social situations. Mm-hmm. So then you're like, oh, that's actually what I like. But then to do what your body actually likes, you have to have compassion for yourself to actually want to do it. To be like, oh, I deserve to feel good, though. I deserve to feel well, or I deserve to feel loved. So this is a lot of this in me, is me being like, no, I do deserve to be loved, because I think I always have rejected it. But there's just some that are so lovely exercises where it's like, just feeling cared for. I love this one. Who makes you feel included, seen and appreciated? Write about a memory when you first felt appreciated and loved. So you think back, oh, like, when did I first remember feeling wanted and loved and appreciated? And it's just so lush to go through it. And then there's some which are I don't know how to say it. There's one where it's like, we want to challenge these really negative thoughts, and most of it's about just thinking in a nicer way. But it's like, challenges negative thoughts. So think about, what's your biggest fear? What's your biggest fear? And I was like, oh God, like, I think for a while it was maybe eating myself to death, which sounds so extreme, but it was something that was in the back of my head.
Also, they are always extreme. My biggest fear is that I will like die in destitution, that I will end up in poverty. That is like 100% that I'll have nothing, and that there'll be no safeguards. And that, it's never like, why would it be your biggest fear if it was like running out of rice? You know, like, it's like, you know, like if it's fixable, then of course
you're not out of rice, are you?
Oh my God, imagine. Absolutely not.
Fucking
hello, you've met me, right? I've always had food for like at least 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm good to go. No, dried goods I'm good for, please.
But I was like, oh, I don't know if I don't really, that eating myself, it's not like true anymore. So I really want to find this page. It's so funny. So I was like, okay, well, I think at the moment what rings a fear for me is like, I will never find love. And what that means is like, because I do have love in my life.
Can I put up my hand?
Go for it.
I'm just checking we're not heading down a direction where we mock anything you've written as an answer, are we?
No,
so I really don't want to do that.
I promise we're not.
Okay.
I promise.
Like, it's inherently ridiculous that you have a self-compassion journal, obviously.
How dare you?
And it's even mad that you brought it on a podcast.
How dare you?
Let's be very clear. I don't know that it's working till you don't need to bring it on the podcast. But sidebar, I also don't want to mock the vulnerable version of you that went home and wrote this out with a pen, not even a pencil, like a pen. I just want to be clear. Like, I don't want to mock that guy.
No, I want to
having a good week.
Number one, thank you so much for that. As a friend, I feel like you're looking out for me. I am not mocking this. I am mocking, actually I am mocking the exercise, but I also am mocking it in a way that I'm like, you guys should try this, because it's so accessible.
Yeah. Obviously I'm like a ridiculous white woman who loves yoga, but also yoga does help me, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, it does make me a happier person.
I don't think it did.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so what's your biggest fear? And I was like, okay, I think mine at the moment is I will never find love, which is what that means to me is like romantic love, where it's mutual. Like, because I've never been in love with someone at the same time they've been in love with me, and I feel like I'm just not getting it, but I'm also haven't been open to it, and that's something I'm learning to do. Even though I do have love in my life, because I've got, family and some really lush fucking friends.
But you shouldn't fuck your family.
You must not.
Can we just to be clear? Just to be clear, don't do it.
Yeah, unless a second cousin, in which case have fun. Not a granny's, not a granny's, not a granny's, never a granny's.
Still
Never.
stop it.
At
Get
grandpa's.
out. No.
Here, watch. No, obviously not. I'm just having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you biggest fear, picture it in
Hang
your
on,
head.
I just need to.
Dear listener.
Okay, it's gone. Ready?
And it goes, let's get playful with your thoughts right now. Write down a critical or unhelpful thought you've had recently. Write it down. Now write the thought in bubble letters.
Oh yeah, you told us about this.
Yes!
Fine, that's fun. That makes it silly.
Okay, it makes it silly. Write it with your non-dominant hand. I cannot tell you, every time I've closed my eyes since then, I see it in bubble writing in a way that I don't know.
That feels like it's
fucked up.
That feels like spooky. I don't think I want to see like you will die in destitute in bubble writing.
Like, it's so fucking weird.
Like sky writing, you will be destitute.
It's so weird because then all the other pages are like, oh my God, draw yourself, like picture you being surrounded in a circle of support. And it's like, what's a circle of support? Just like write the names of things and people that you feel support from and then write them down and then just like picture yourself surrounded by them. They're always there. They're always an option. Like such lovely things that make you feel so good. Like before you go to sleep at night, if your brain's going too fast, you just sort of go like, everything has always been sorted out. Oh, I'm inside of this cocoon. Oh, I remember these feelings. Like, so nice. And then it's like, write it out in a mental way.
Oh my God, that's mad. Mad.
Everyone has to get this. I think the world will be a better place.
I know that I won't get it, but I do think people should get it probably, if that makes any sense. Mainly because, do you ever worry? I guess you live with Sunil, who's like a deeply, like, I feel like he thinks he already knows too much about your life. Not that he needs to know more about your life. But
everyone needs to know more.
I think I just can't even. I know no one would, but I'm just like the idea of something being there that people could read. I'm like, those are my thoughts in my head that nobody can see. But the idea that someone might find it if I die, or that somebody might read it while I'm out the house.
I think. Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, sorry.
I obviously don't
put it in bubble writing.
Well, I don't want someone to read it, but I think
I would just write burn on death or something.
I think it's more yeah, maybe, but yeah, actually, Catherine.
Yeah.
Burn on death.
Yeah.
That's
oh no!
Oh my God! Also,
I know your laptop.
Okay, there's another notepad as well.
Yeah, go on.
It's like a small black one.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's just got loads of gigs in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some really dark thoughts from like circa 2016.
Okay, and laptop I can only assume.
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking.
I'll pick it up with
no,
gloves.
You can't burn
with
that.
gloves.
A kid might need it. Give it to a dyslexic kid.
I'm
Wipe
not
it and give it to a dyslexic kid.
I'm not giving it to any child.
Wipe it and give it to a dyslexic kid.
No.
My Uncle Jerry wipes laptops, okay? So if you want, you send it to him, okay? He's in Didcot.
To your uncle? You want your uncle to see
He's
that?
good with tech. He loves it. No, you won't see it. It's on. I use incognito mode.
Oh, well done.
Does that mean
fine.
anything?
I don't know.
No, I don't either.
I don't know.
Oh God.
I know.
What about the things I typed into Pornhub where it said no results? Okay.
Yeah, so great. Listen, pop it in the compassion journal.
This is another one I think you might like.
Go on.
Do you have time for this? Do we have time for this?
We're on a podcast together. Yeah. Like literally this whole thing is just you and me, babe.
I know I was joking about it at the beginning, but like finding your compassionate voice. So you talk to yourself in a nicer way instead of being like, you piece of shit, you don't deserve that. And then it's like, oh, like it's so hard to like think about your voice and like not find it like a sarcastic voice or a voice where you're like pretending to be someone else. You're trying to think of like, give an example of someone who's been compassionate to you. And I'm like, I don't want to have their voice.
Yeah.
But then they're like, okay, well, let's start thinking about these thoughts in a different way. And they've got this lovely bit, and it's sort of like this, you go through exercises, but basically what it is that like these compassionate thoughts where you're like, I deserve to have a lovely meal. I deserve to have my friends treat me nicely. I deserve to. You can think of them as little seeds and you water them with thoughts. Isn't that so nice? I found that very emotional.
What I love about your brain is that like it's so receptive to learning. You're such an autodidact and you are so responsive to new information.
Thank you.
That you are, I think, actually a brilliant person to have therapy and to self-therapize, because I think that you are like, fascinating. How can I apply this to my life? I'm like, that's an interesting thought. Anyway, back to my problems. I'm like, okay. Like, but I think
I want you to water your compassionate thought of how beautiful you are.
I try.
But let's just water that.
I think am sort of less concerned about doing that weirdly in my own journey and more concerned about like neutrality and the value of me beyond that. Like I think I've tried the watering of the plant of like of the thoughts or whatever. What am I planting? What am I watering? I'm not sure, but I've tried and I think my life functions better and my self-worth functions better when I completely deprioritize my looks in terms of their value, not in terms of taking care of myself, because I don't win that battle. Like I just lose that battle every time. So the more neutral I can make it, the better. And also because those things will keep changing, right? Like
but
your
that's
body.
not a compassionate thought to think that I always lose that battle. Like,
oh no. Like as in like I don't. As in like I think you can only lose because that's always changing, right? Like if you have a brain that is like disordered towards that, I think for me it's more compassionate to be like my body is going to change loads. Like it's going to change up and down and it's going to get constantly older, and I don't necessarily need to like think I'm beautiful and actually
but you're so fuckable. Like
oh my god, that I know. I know that.
I would put
I
inside
know
you,
that. I know that, and I do know that, and I've had a lot of people have sex with me, so I know that. But I just mean
and spray, not spray.
Oh
Squirt.
my god!
Damn it, Helen. Sorry, Catherine.
No, you've got to get that right. Please work on that. As many times as you need to practice, say squirt,
Catherine,
please. Squirt,
that's
squirt,
uncompassionate.
squirt. Well, no, I just think everybody's on, but I just think actually like my whole life, my looks have been prioritized in lots of different ways. And I actually think it's so much better for me to be like, what is my value outside of that?
And we're going to water that value.
Yeah, because I think that can't go away from me putting on 12 pounds. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a less movable feast, and I think that's a good thing.
That's the sunflower seed of that thought, Catherine, and we've just planted that of all your other values. And over the next couple of weeks, all of us here in this room are going to help Catherine with watering it.
Oh no, I love
How
you all so much.
mentally ill am I right now?
I love you so much, but I don't really think of the podcast team as my therapeutic support.
Really?
Yeah. Thank you. Many shout out to tech, but it's for me that's more of like a personal journey.
So I come in here
Yeah.
very differently.
I know. And
I see
May
this
I?
as a mental health team.
I know.
And the listeners are part of the group.
I
Like it's
really know.
group therapy.
That's become increasingly apparent.
But it is group. TrustyHogs is group. Oh my God, it's group therapy. Oh my God, we don't have license.
Yeah, no,
Oh my God.
and to be clear, it's not. I want to be clear, it's not.
No, it is. Oh my God, we've been running it. We give out advice.
No, I think we've been giving like friend vibes. Like it's been like a friend to hang. Like people come here to be friended and to be befriended and to make friends and to feel like they're less alone, but not to have therapy. I don't think anyone's actually tuning in thinking this'll help.
Catherine, we're Jodie in that Ruby Frankie.
We're not Jodie.
documentary.
We're not.
Think about it.
No, we're really not.
Oh my God.
I don't think we are. I think we're offering like madness to quieten what is probably a loud voice of critical thinking. Shout out to our listeners, if they're anything like us, and we're like a fun distraction. I think we're max a fun distraction, and probably in most cases just a bit of a cheery background noise, bit of a like less of loneliness. I don't think anyone thinks like these girls are doing well medically, I should follow their example. I don't think anyone's thinking that.
But I've got a self-compassion journal.
Yes, but when anyone shouts their favorite episode at me, it's like about you pissing yourself or shitting yourself.
That was
or
unfortunate last week.
Me not being able to go to the toilet because I've been hospitalized. Like, you know, like I don't think anyone's here like being like, yeah, they're nailing it.
Could we be a toilet / mental health?
Oh, we're a toilet pod for sure. We are 100p in the toilet space, but I don't think anyone thinks of us as in the therapy space.
I'm sorry that you've done a toilet podcast. I know that would have been your greatest.
It wasn't my intention.
I know.
But sometimes what you need finds you. And that's okay.
You feel like you needed it?
I think we needed it.
Do you need to go poo-poo right now?
Please,
No.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I hated that. I hated it. Do we have a problem?
Yes.
Thank fuck.
I was genuinely thinking about that issue for you yesterday while I was on my run. I was just on a run and I was like, imagine doing this. And it's just a 5K, not a half marathon. Imagine doing this without having been to the toilet for 6
In
weeks.
6 weeks, yeah. I know.
If I'm being honest, I think about it every time I run.
Yeah, half a marathon. It was
Insane.
so hellish. I was
Insane.
so physically uncomfortable. We both ran a 5K yesterday. What time did you run yours?
That's so funny because I was going to phone you up and be like, do you want to run together? Sorry, Helen.
No,
you should have.
no.
I would have loved that.
Well, we can do it again. I was trying to work
I'm
out
quite
whether or
slow
not-
post flu.
Okay.
But
I mean, I'm just slow the whole time.
okay, great.
Oh my God, I'll come.
Please.
No, I don't live close to you guys. I'm not going to do it.
Also, I have a bike. You could also cycle if you didn't want to run.
No.
Okay.
I'll go on a walkie.
It would be so nice if Helen cycled alongside us like our coach.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Actually,
We'd
That would
go
actually be
so
so nice.
fast. We'd get you a whistle.
actually, I would travel for that.
Yeah, that'd be
would be so
wicked.
good.
Okay, actually, yeah.
You could throw those jelly beans at us into our mouths.
No, people were doing that. Does that not make you inherently terrified?
What?
Just people catching sweets in their mouth that they're going to choke to
Yeah.
death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
I don't have the hand-eye coordinate. I don't have the mouth-eye coordinate. I'd never catch it. Is my point. But yes, I do
Hand
worry
mouth.
about. I do
Hand
eye
to eye?
mouth.
Hand to eye?
Eye
Eye to mouth?
mouth-eye. All right, talk to us.
Okay, so this is from Jay.
Hi,
Jay.
Jay.
I have a dilemma and would really appreciate your advice.
Wow,
Comments.
dilemma's catching from Kyle.
Can we change the word dilemma to a Nelly and a Kelly? Me and my cousin used to call that because they did that song together, Dilemma. And we'd be like, I'm having a Nelly and a Kelly. And that went, I'm having a dilemma.
Well, I think we should keep in the explanation instead because I don't think anybody else would know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
But we will now call it a Nelly and a Kelly. But prior to you had you done so without explanation, I would not know what you're talking about.
But my cousin Sophie, who listens, would be like, oh my God, yay.
And I like to think she's not the only one who listens.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, everyone else.
No.
But hi, Sophie. See
Hi,
you at lunch
Sophie.
next week.
Oh, not invited.
Oh,
Go
you
on.
can come.
I'd love to be. Go on.
Okay, so Jay is 29-year-old female and their partner is 27-year-old female. Early last year, my partner went through my phone and diary and did not like what they saw. I was feeling particularly low in that period, having felt unappreciated at work, home and in my relationship.
I'm really sorry to interrupt, and this is not the point, and we will get to the seriousness
Yeah.
of this, but like spooky coinciding with what we just talked about.
That is exactly what I was just thinking.
It's called a theme. Okay, sorry, go on.
It's kind of confirming all my worst fears about writing any of my feelings down.
Yeah, me too. But can you just, so they were feeling what way at work and at home?
They were feeling unappreciated, low, that kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this, I was writing some pretty dark stuff that included fantasizing about happier times with my ex. I know that sounds horrible and horrible for someone to read, but that chapter of my life was closed and has been closed for years. I've not spoken to this ex in 5 years. The only reason I wrote about her was because that was the healthiest, kindest, most loving relationship I'd ever had and the happiest I'd ever been. It wasn't to compare my partner to my ex or wishes to be her instead or anything like that at all. As grim as it sounds, I actually just wanted to remember what I felt when I was truly happy. Since the incident, we have had regular couples therapy sessions to improve our communication and rebuild lost trust. While it has improved, we both acknowledge that the trust is still not there. I'm emotionally drained, feeling forced to talk about every emotion that either of us has. I miss writing in my diary. We both love each other a lot, but I'm now questioning if I should be in this relationship. Should I leave it or stick it out?
Oh, God. I just think trust is so hard to get back once it's broken. Hello?
I don't know how honest to be. I feel like you're
Honest.
Like, I feel like I think it's incredibly, it's not like, okay, trust is important, but it's also like, why was she going through your phone and your diary? Like, it's so disrespectful. It's so entitled. It's so invasive. And I mean like disrespectful because I think you should be able to respect that your partner's entitled to privacy. I think incredibly like invasive, obviously, but entitled because like there's a presumption that she is entitled to own your every thought or know your every thought. Like relationships are the act of giving of ourselves in like the proportion that you want to and receiving and like holding, but they're not like ownership. And I think that's really fucked up. And I think like it's great that you're going to therapy and maybe there are reasons why she felt that was necessary, but I just think like if her position is anything other than like that was a terrible mistake that I did for these understandable reasons, but that was a terrible mistake, I'd be like yikes. But also I don't know, I just feel like even the fact of you having to justify why you were writing about when you were happier, like I think it's a problem that you describe your relationship as the like most fulfilling, happiest relationship you've ever been in when it's not the one you're in. That would indicate that you shouldn't be in the relationship that you're in. Yeah. But separately, like you shouldn't have to tell us why you're like, people have awful thoughts all the time and need to work through things in different ways lots of the time. Like that's fine. Like you don't need to explain that to us and you shouldn't have to explain that to her. Like you're allowed to have private thought and private processing.
Yeah.
And it's like none of our business and none of her business why you would be doing that. But I do think, to me, yes, the trust being broken is a big problem. But I think, and the like feeling of being exhausted rather than happier after all of that emotional work with a therapist is probably not great. Although it can be exhausting doing the work. But I think for me, the biggest indicator is that you're like referring to that past time as maybe like the last time you were happy or fulfilled. Makes me be like, oh, this probably like you probably deserve a different relationship. And maybe, and like, honestly, it sounds like so does your partner. Like she maybe has some work to do on insecurity, but also like maybe neither of you are happy. I just think it's okay if you do end it.
Kind of agree.
I think basically the question is like, should I end it? Like, if you want to, that's fine. Like if what you're feeling is guilt, like you've not quit when she violated your privacy. You've tried to regain trust. She broke. You've gone to couples therapy and done the work. And if it's then not works, like nobody can say you didn't try. I think it's okay to, like, you're 29.
That's what I was thinking. They're 29. I feel like they're in year 7. They're 11 years old. We're year 11. We're the highest you can get in the school. And I'm just looking at you thinking like, you're 29. You've got like, you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone that goes through your stuff and reads your stuff and then makes you feel bad about it. Like, you're processing stuff, you're writing down. I just think like you can build up a trust again, but like they did that and it doesn't sound like it's, yeah. As your babysitter right now, as your older babysitter, I'd say leave it, move on.
It's just like,
start getting your notepad, start journaling again. And that's just something where it's like,
also diaries are
people do make mistakes, like people do read stuff, but like to go through it and then punish you for like what they read,
and
it's
your
giving
phone
yeah,
as well.
It was phone and diary.
that's the thing.
That's
it's giving
bad.
you so, what's it called when someone doesn't give you the benefit of the doubt, like just to be like, they just sort of go like, oh, you know when people go, oh, I met them, oh, they were really rude, and you're like, oh, well, you maybe just met them on a day when they weren't feeling up to it, and they're like, no, they're really rude. And it's like, just don't just jump to conclusions. Just like, yeah, you read that, but there's just so much more going on. And then to hold someone as a bad person in your account for that. I'm going to put this in my bag right now because I'm so paranoid about leaving this self-compassion journal.
But also sidebar, like if you,
Go!
please put that in your bag. But also like diaries are often for putting a thought that you like I have irrational thoughts that I don't stand by an hour later, never mind a day later, never mind a month later. But like you put those in your diary because you're like, actually, like I use mine sometimes if I ever write in one to like get rid of a thought. Often it's OCD speaking, not me. Like, and I'm writing in my journal so that I don't say it to a person whose fault it's not. Like, it's like,
yeah.
You know, that's what it's for. It's just like, and also, but just sidebar. It sounds to me like you're not happy and you're writing to us for permission, which you have, by the way.
Yeah, the year 11s are saying get out.
I'm saying like, if that's what you want, that's fine. You've tried, and also like, maybe if you are still holding on to an idealized version of your ex, probably you've painted her onto a pedestal as well, right? Like probably like she's not the perfect relationship and neither is this, but if you are hyper focusing on it, then maybe you are pedestaling it because you know this is bad. Either way, I think it's absolutely fine to leave, and I think that she did violate your trust. And there might have been reasons why she felt so insecure that perhaps you do have to, maybe you're feeling bad about, and therefore you're feeling like you can't leave. But you can simultaneously take ownership of your participation in her insecurity and recognize that maybe it's not right and you can wrap it up. I think like, it sounds like you'd both be happier. I'm sorry if that's harsh.
I don't,
we only have your side, obviously, but I still think.
I think, and we don't know you unless we do, in which case plot twist and message us on Instagram.
I don't hang out with any 27-year-olds.
None. Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
We've got mutual friends who are like 25.
Are they comedians?
Yeah.
They're not my friends, they're my co-workers.
I'm so gonna text some people after this and be like, Catherine, you'll never guess what Catherine just said. Should I send out that like a sensible Michael McIntyre?
They're not my friends, they're my co-workers.
Just to everyone in my dress, but you'll never guess what
if
Catherine
they're
Bohart
27 or below,
and see what we get as responses.
if they're 27 or below, they're my co-worker. There you go.
We should so do that for an episode. Just send out a message from each other's
Gets
phones.
one acting job, blows up her life.
I think that's so funny.
No, but seriously, come on, grow up. No.
Yeah, I think it's harsh, but I think you're right. I think you're right, and then because you kind of want that permission to do the breakup, and I agree with Catherine. I think you deserve better. I think they deserve someone who trusts them and a chance to do better in a future relationship for the other person, because hopefully a lesson's learned from this and they don't do it again.
Hopefully.
Yikes.
It's
hard, right?
And also like they can't unsee it. I just don't know why you'd want to read your partner's diary. It would make me be like, I now can't unknow that.
Whenever I see something that's private of someone else's that I don't mean to, I feel so embarrassed. Like the most common one is
it's like seeing them naked.
YouTube. You know, when people's YouTube's open on their TV.
Yeah.
And you're like messing around, or like they show you something on their phone and you see they type in the first letter and you see their previous searches. And it's never anything like, but it's just sort of like, oh my God, do you watch that?
I feel sick.
And I feel like,
hello, yours would be Christian workouts.
I know mine is wild because I've seen people's faces when they've come up and they've gone like, fucking hell. The worst is that it's other comedians.
Yeah.
I'm like watching other people's like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes I'm like,
you're a rat.
The worst is a rat.
Yeah, why are you watching it? You're not watching it because you love it.
No, I'm sending it as references for stuff. Like my friend filmed a special and then I've just filmed 2 specials and I was sending it to the editor being like, I really like the color grading on this. I really like that. Like copy and pasting stuff. Wow, nice. But I'm like, but then you come over and you see my thing and it's like, Christian, what are you doing? But it's weird because then people come over and they see like fucking just names of people. I think I saw your one, Soho Theatre, or like you. There's definitely a clip of you that's really it's you in Montreal and you're wearing a yellow dress.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I was looking at all these different clips of people, just sort of like the color grade, like the like.
Oh my
but
gosh.
then it means people come over and they're like, oh my God, like I've got to show you this video, and it's like just a list.
It's just me doing stand-up comedy. Why are you obsessed with Catherine?
And my own name is that's the worst.
Yeah, hell,
my own name is always on there. There's one that says Helen Bauer pissing because only because we went viral on TikTok with the stairwell story. And then people were commenting like, oh my God, like this is blown up on YouTube. And I wanted to check.
My YouTube history is genuinely just morning stretch, evening stretch, afternoon stretch, pre-run stretch, post-run stretch.
I'm getting mine up right now.
Stretches for sadness, stretches for periods, stretches for shoulders, stretches for back pain, stretches for depression. It's like, that's my entire history. It's ridiculous.
Mine's so bad, Catherine.
There's one man I follow.
Ready?
Go on.
TrustyHogs is the last one I said.
No, grow up.
Our own podcast. What? Grow with Joe, 30 minutes. That's the exercise lady like doing. Disney pin collection. Grow with Joe warm up. Studio Ghibli ambience, which is like a constant go-to for me. Which is like, I like the
I can infer what
jazz
it is.
cafes and stuff. Or like, okay. And then Helen Bauer. And then Grow with Joe, 20 minutes. Then Adam Hatton, who's a Disney vlogger.
We know, only because
Persepolis, you know, the graphic novel.
This is so much more embarrassing than your compassion journal.
Grow with Joe, 10 Minute Psalms. Studio Ghibli ambience, no music. Top Secret Comedy Club. Bethany Vinton, who's a Disney person. Helen, TrustyHogs. Heartstopper Olivia Colman. I don't know what that's about.
It's when he comes out to his mom and it's so endearing.
Here we go. Patrick Spicer, Catherine Bohart, Bauer's Bar. That's me. Kate Butch, because I filmed something with them last week and I wanted to see their stuff. Meghan Markle.
Oh my God.
That's because I watched the show.
Helen, I'm going to stop you. You don't need to do this.
Sabrina Carpenter, autism.
Stop it. You don't need to do this.
You don't need to
do this. You don't need to do this.
I don't need to do it.
You don't need to do this.
Have you seen the Sabrina Carpenter autism?
Nope.
It's
you don't need to.
Okay.
We don't need to do this.
Can I tell you what
I feel like you're in some sort of confession hole and I want you to look at me. Take a breath because this I recognize. Look at me. Take a breath. This is honestly possibly been caused by the Christian workouts.
We haven't even got to that yet.
They'll get in your veins and suddenly you're confessing to me all of your YouTube searches, but I don't need to know them. Take a breath. You're safe. You're safe.
How many times did I search for myself?
You said it a lot. You said TrustyHogs a lot. It's intense. Hey, look at me. This is good. You still have so many pages in your compassion journal to
I
fill
still
out,
like
and
every
now you
video
can
that
fill in these.
TrustyHogs release.
I'm so glad.
For the algorithm.
That's so sweet.
Is that psychotic?
No, it's incredibly committed. I hope our listeners do the same. It's so sweet.
Can I tell you the Sabrina Carpenter thing?
Is it mean?
No, it's just really funny.
Okay, go on.
It's
Who am I, the police? Is it mean? If you're 27 and you work with me, then you think of yourself as a colleague. Is it mean? We're not friends. Are you being mean? Tell me about a woman we don't know.
I love the 27-year-old thing.
Shout out to the people
They're
I've
not
met.
my friends. They're my colleagues. Okay. So before Sabrina, you know that whole group of girls were like on Disney shows and Nickelodeon shows,
When
right?
you say that group of girls, you mean Ariana? You
Olivia
mean Olivia?
Rodrigo, like
yeah.
Selena Gomez, like
Yeah.
that whole group.
Yeah.
Before they became pop stars, and
Emma
Sabrina
Roberts,
Carpenter,
let's not forget her.
such a good one. Sabrina Carpenter was on a show. I don't know what the name of it was. But there's a famous scene in it which is now like gone viral, and it's like one of the characters goes to her like, they think I have autism, and her character like deadly serious stands up and goes, "You don't." I don't really want context, but it's so funny. It's like, "You don't."
Is she playing
And
a
then, like,
doctor?
no, just a kid, and it's sort of like, "I think I've got cancer." No, you don't. It's so funny, and she's like deadly serious. You don't.
Well, obviously, I'll watch that later, obviously.
Yes, and then your search history is going to be Sabrina Carpenter autism. Then someone's going to come over at your house and hang out, and they're going to see that because you're going to be typing in S for something.
I never get,
and
can
that's
I
gonna be
say this?
awful.
I never get YouTube up when I have guests over.
Why?
I guess we're like chatting.
You don't show people videos?
No.
Ever?
No.
Oh my God, half of my friends coming over mine is us just showing each other YouTube videos on TV.
That's so
No. Oh my God.
Wait, what do you do?
Chat and have dinner. The other night, Olivia and Sam came over for dinner, and they both thought that they were meant to bring dessert. Which it turns out is the best thing ever.
Tell
because
me
then you get
everything.
2 desserts. It was amazing. So I made a mushroom risotto with roasted broccoli, and I thought Sam was bringing a side, but he thought he was bringing a dessert. But then Olivia showed up with a dessert because she was meant to bring dessert, which was agreed. Olivia brought a very posh sticky toffee pudding and vanilla ice cream.
Wait,
yes,
how
please.
does it get
Yes,
posh?
yes. It was from the fancy deli. It was just really good. Very nice, very delicious. But what a treat! Kind of gingery as well as so good. Sam showed up. He brought 2 types of chocolates. Yes, please. And what a perfect combination. He brought everything to make a big, huge fruit platter. He brought this incredible, like sweet mango, a honey mango.
What?
And
Never
then
even heard of it.
It was so delicious. He brought a dragon fruit. He brought a melon. He brought grapes. He brought passion fruit. He cut it up. We had this huge plate of fruit and then all of these desserts and sweets, and it was heaven. I loved it. Anyway,
I
what
think
you want
we
to do
should
is
friend swap sometimes.
what you want to do is I think so too, because you're saying if you
Mine are coming over and be like, "Have you seen this person? They shit themselves in a jacuzzi on YouTube." And
you're like, stop Googling me. No, but truly, if the men that come to your house came to my house, I'd be like absolutely fuming.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you would not welcome the boys that I have on my sofa most weekends.
No, not a chance.
That's a shame.
Not a chance.
Yeah, they're very oily.
I also Em knows this because we live very near each other, but I'm very like, would you like to come over from 3 to 4:30?
Which is my absolute dream. The other day we
Hard
were
out.
hanging out and Catherine was like, "But I'm only free till this time," and I was like, "Obviously I don't want to see you for more than 1 hour."
Why would we do that? Imagine. It's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah. It's heaven. I just love it. I hate a sort of ambiguous
Oh my
endless
God,
hang.
you do that.
Yeah.
Even for coffees, because we don't go to each other's houses that much because we live opposite sides of London. But with coffees, you're like, yeah, but I've got to be going at...
Yeah. Because then you like get to the business. You're like, headlines, let's go. I'm quality over...
Your need
quantity.
for gossip is clinical.
I
You
know.
are
I fucking love
You are
it.
sick in the
I love it.
head.
I hate when people bury the lead. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
You
get
are
to it.
fucking sick.
I know. I fucking love it.
I am so
I love
glad
it.
that you were not alive during World War II. You know, that like busy mouth sink ships, like fucking hell, chuck 2 Irish women in the mix. Thank God you were neutral.
Can I say an important distinction though that I've actually, here's my growth, my personal growth lately. Would you stop clapping your hand? Just listen.
Virgin.
Surprisingly, Helen thinks that I have loose lips.
No, elastic wise, vaginally, mine are longer. I'll give you that. I've looked at yours. But mouth
going
wise,
on? It's so funny.
Were you
because-
making a vaginal lip joke?
No, I was making a joke about how.
Cut that out!
I was making a joke about how you were like, I talk too much whilst genuinely on a rant. No, but can I actually say one personal insight that I have had recently? Which is that I think there's an important distinction between gossiping and bitching.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, but I think I had been doing too much bitching. Gossip I still love, but I think I'd gotten into a place lately, maybe like a negative space where I was doing too much bitching, and I was realizing like it made me feel really bad.
Yeah.
A, you feel guilty. B, I think that it can put you in a headspace quite quickly where you think that's what the world is. That like when you leave rooms, people are being mean about you, and it's quite like it can make you quite like, I don't know, it just made me feel like I'm being really negative, and I think people will have a bad impression of me, and also I wonder, are people talking about, I just think
It's also not you. It's not you.
Oh, I agree, but it is like such a nice thing, because years ago I had a therapist say that to me, which is that like often like we bitch to sort of control the sense
Narrative.
of like, and also the sense of like where we are in a hierarchy in the world, and how like it's better, it makes us feel better that other people are doing worse, but also generally speaking it gets you into a paranoid way of thinking that other people are doing the same about you. And so it tends to like, so then you do that narrative for them, you'll like bitch to yourself about yourself in a way. But the point is that gossip, yes. Bitching, no. And I'd been doing too much of the latter, and so I'm just readjusting, rejigging, and it's been good for my brain,
Question.
but I still can do better. Yes.
I agree with what you're saying, like, but where's venting on that? I think venting to a third party.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to slag off, like, I don't know, let's say I wanted to bitch about something in comedy.
But wait, I think there's a difference between valid venting, which is like you need to process something,
Yeah.
versus like I just need to slag people off.
Yeah.
I think that is probably bitching versus venting.
If you're walking at the same time.
Oh, then I think it's a business meeting.
Bitching's over like a latte.
Yeah, bitching's with wine.
You're right.
You can only
So
really bitch with wine.
if you're walking and you've got trainers on
It's a business meeting.
and you're venting, you're airing out grievances. Yeah. Okay.
Does that clarify things?
I think it does, because I think not to make it too gendered, but I think women have a massive problem with letting anger out and showing anger, and I think partly bitching can come from that. It's also like a cultural, societal thing where we're sort of like seen as a thing of like, if you feel safe bitching with someone, then they're showing that they are safe with you, instead of being like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But
I think,
like,
I think there's a
to be angry is so natural. To be like, fuck them, that was so mean.
Yeah, sorry. I think, to be clear, there's a major difference between like talking about a situation and expressing anger versus just like,
have you seen her haircut?
and also like, have you like talking about like a girl from school? I'm like, I don't know that girl. Like, she's nothing. It's just like, just if I've only brought someone up to be a bitch, like versus like they've actually meaningfully damaged me. That's different. I'll tell you after. And no, I won't. But you know what do you know what I mean?
I
think
do,
it's
'cause
different. It's like,
Yeah.
this is like, it's different to be like, this is an ongoing situation for me about which I have complex feelings and I need to talk to someone about my anger, versus like, literally, let's go through the list of people we know just to see who we can be mean about, and that's different.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So just
This
no
is
wine.
by the way, this might just be a thing that you don't do, but I was noticing in myself lately too much, and the reason I was noticing it is that I was like taking like cheery evenings and kind of making them like negative, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm being the poison here, and I can't pull myself on it
I
pretty
think
fast.
good for you, and I think it's interesting to think of it as a poison, because maybe it is a sort of thing where, and I hate to be this perfect of a podcaster, but you do need to find your compassionate voice, because at the end of the day, a self-compassional journal allows you to focus on your love and appreciation of people, and the people who you not love and appreciate,
But
you let them go into
self-compassion,
the woods and you lose them and they die there, and then they're never found again, and no one goes to get them because they're horrid. They're horrid people, because horrid people do exist. Do you know who I'm talking about?
self-compassion doesn't
Do
prohibit.
you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then? Yeah.
Self-compassion.
No, but like, do you know?
Yeah.
You know, okay.
Self-compassion doesn't. Self-compassion doesn't prohibit you from taking responsibility for your wrongdoings? Though, right? Oh no, I know. I'm just genuinely asking the question.
Oh right, go on.
Like, self-compassion doesn't prohibit you from like personal responsibility.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I think it's that, like, what you're doing there, I think fits in with the self-compassion as far as you're like, I don't want to bring this negative chat into it. I don't want to do this. So it's just sort of like, and I deserve to leave conversations I've had feeling nice and not feeling guilty and feeling awful. And it's sort of like, oh, it's so awful that like your brain does go to that, because you're sort of like, you know, part of it is probably trying to please the person in front of you, being like, oh, we usually talk negatively about someone, so I'm going to do that because I think that's what you want, because I'm doing that. Then I leave feeling awful. And it's sort of being like, how do I go into this in a way that I can leave this feeling lovely and happy and spend nice time with you, instead of leaving it feeling like, oh, I didn't really mean that.
Yeah, that's
I've
exactly
got a bit
right.
in my new show about
exactly
like
right.
being a people pleaser, and we see it as a good thing, but it's awful. I'm fucking spineless. Like, because I want to please the person in front of me, I'll be cruel about my best friend to make that easier for you. And then you end up feeling crap about it. And I think that's not uncommon. And there's so many components to it. But as long as you're not drinking wine and you're walking, we think fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're on a journey.
Yes, get it, girls.
Who have you been slagging off, though?
Goodbye. See you in the extras. Bye-bye. Thank you so much to our executive producers sat there in the lounge as we expect you are. Thank you, Simon Moores, Guy Goodman, Sarah Deakin, Stefanie Catracchia, Oliver Jago, Anthony Conway, Neil Redmond, Sadie Cashmore and Angela S. We are so grateful.
Thank you, execs. We love you. And now for our that sounded weird. I loved it so much.
It was very Annie to Mr. like Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy Warbucks.
We love you. No, but thank you for the dollars. Thank you.
Anything but you.
Yeah.
It's such a good song. That tap dance at the end. Everyone Google it. 1982, Aileen Quinn, Annie. And thank you so much to our producers. It's Elle, Richard Bold, Rachel Page, Helen A, Abbie Worf, Luke Bright, Kate, Casey, Anthony, Sophie Chivers. Oh my God, I messaged them on Instagram and I asked.
And what did they say?
I think it's Chivers. I can't remember. Oh my God.
To do it and then not know.
That's so annoying. I got a notification. They commented on something and I was like, oh my fucking God. Tell us. This is so annoying. And I'm so sorry, Sophie. We still don't know. Laura Pollock, Dougie Robertson, Becky Fox, Tim and Dom, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Amy O'Riordan, Taz, Carey Seuthe, CV, we still don't know. Stephen Chicken, we know that one.
Imagine it's Stephen Chicken.
Imagine.
Okay,
well, Stephen Chicken, shout out Chicken too. Bryn, Jam Rainbird, Tamsyne Smith-Harding, Claire Owen-Jones, Harald Van Dijk, Rachel Walker, Rachel R, Sarah Molly, Tina Lindsay, Leah Overend, always funny to me, Chloe, Liz
Could be
Ford.
Overend.
Damn it. Overend, just in case. Chloe, Liz Fort, Charley A, Hayley Singer.
Love it.
Signer? No.
Probably not.
That would be a G before the end, wouldn't it? Thank you all so much. And we respect all of your names equally. From me, Helen Bauer, and Catherine Bohart.
Bye.
Bye.